Hello. Frog made a video. Apparently he was all prepped to go on the VA arrest. He had his little laws lined up, and I sniped him, and I feel bad about that. I like it when people actually take the time to read the laws and try to understand them and try to apply them. It's a good exercise. Gets the old noodle warmed up for the day and everything like that. The Frog thought that the VA regulation would be a great fit because it prohibits loud, abusive, or otherwise improper language in its 38 CFR 1.218 subsection 5. No, A5? A5? I think it's A5. Anyway, you could look it up yourself. Loud, abusive, or otherwise improper language. And you'll notice the language of that regulation is substantially different than the disturbing the peace language in any of the other statutes that we've seen. We've gone over quite a few, and I always talk about the fighting words exception. The fighting words exception, the fighting words exception. And it does not appear to me that the VA's regulation that prohibits loud, abusive, or otherwise improper language falls into the fighting words exception. The fighting words exception means that the government can outlaw fighting words, and they're not protected under the First Amendment. So I guess I don't know what you're doing. So I'm just going to go because I don't know what you're doing. So that particular language doesn't qualify for the fighting words exception. So how does it not fall prey to being void for vagueness or overbroad? Because how loud is loud? That's a question you're going to ask. That's a question you should ask. What makes language abusive? If I say fuck you, is that abusive? If I say fuck off, is that abusive? If I say you're retarded, is that abusive? Reasonable minds can reasonably differ. What specific language would constitute abusive language? And what is the otherwise improper? How is anybody going to walk in there knowing what is or isn't improper? Obviously, it's going to be left up to the discretion of the administration there or the law enforcement who's responding or whatever. And so I would submit to you, Frog, and everybody else, that it would have been best for everybody involved, except of course for the VA, if Johnny was charged under the VA's statute or regulation, because then we would get to see how a regulation gets shot down for being void for vagueness or overbroad. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.